Hi everyone, and welcome to Warrior TV. I'm Abigail Birch Price, the Musical Warrior, and today I'm joined by Hazel Wilkinson. Hazel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Hazel, and I am Abigail's aunt-in-law. Abigail got married to my nephew in October last year, so happy anniversary. And we've actually only met once, haven't we? Unfortunately, we weren't able to come to the wedding, but we've had a few interactions through your music, which is really, really lovely.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, unfortunately, with the wedding and lockdown, we couldn't have many people, but we will do at some point, so it's fine. We'll get to see you again. So today's podcast is about sign language and music, and in particular, sing and sign. So Hazel, could you just tell us a little bit about sing and sign and how you got into it?
Yeah, so I'm a sing and sign teacher up here in Edinburgh, and I got into it because it was a baby class that I did with my eldest son, who is now 9, coming up 10, and I really enjoyed it. It was a real joy to kind of do it together. We both really enjoyed it, and he really took to it. He used lots of signs. I remember him signing thank you and cake. Cake was a really important sign to him. And so I'd always intended to use the same kind of using gesture before speech with my second child. But then when Liam arrived, we found out that he had Down syndrome. And it was a little silver lining for us that we had already used sign as a family. So it wasn't as daunting as it might have been. And so I went back to sing and sign with Liam. And it just so happened that one day I overheard my boss talking to somebody about the fact that she was running as many classes as she was able to. And I just said to her, have you ever thought about taking on a teacher? And she was like, oh. And then sort of we kept on having lots of little conversations about it, and about a year later I started teaching for her, and it's just been such a joyful thing to share it with other people, the joy that our family took from Sing and Sign, and to share that with other people. And okay, I mean, it's still really important to us because we're still using signing with Liam. We use Sign Along in Edinburgh. But I really like the fact that I have kind of both viewpoints on it, that I have a sort of typical child experience, and I also have an experience where it's become something much more important, which, some of the families that we teach, that might be the situation for them. They might discover that, their child has a language delay and actually sign, remains in their life for a little bit longer. Normally, as soon as children start speaking, the signs just fall away. That said, Owen will still sign cake because he wants to be really emphatic about the fact that he wants cake.
It's very important.
Indeed, very motivational sign and word.
Yeah, no, that's great. Great that you had the different perspectives as well, and that you could do it as a family and helped with Liam as well. So Sing and Sign say, I found that they said it is simply the best way to learn baby signing. So would you agree it's actually easier to learn signing through singing?
Absolutely, because you need repetition in order to learn any new skill. And so doing the singing really aids the repetition by singing a song over and over again. And also, I think the important thing about learning the signs through songs rather than just learning the signs in themselves. The kind of signing that we're doing with babies and also with Liam is keyword signing. So it's not British Sign Language. We're not replacing speech with sign. We are supporting speech with sign. So in normal speech, you pick the one important word and you sign that word. But the great thing about the songs is the fact that you can put a lot more signs in. So actually you learn a lot more signs by learning through the songs rather than just learning eat and drink. you can kind of bend the rules. The same rules don't apply, that you just have to keyword the most important word in the sentence. So the songs are really, really useful, and they're also really familiar. One of the things I really liked was the fact that it was reminding me of songs from my childhood, and it kind of gave me this massive catalogue to use at the moments that I like to call 5:30ish, where like one or both of us might be a little bit grumpy, and that lead up to tea, and I'd be thinking, oh, what are we doing Sing the Sign this week? And I'd sort of work through.
Yeah, that's great. So do you think some songs are actually harder to sign to than others?
Ooh, are some songs harder to sign to? I'm not sure. I think you have to kind of break them down and make a decision about what the most valuable things to sign in the song are. And then sometimes the signs maybe don't fit quite as well, which is the benefit of kind of singing a cappella, because you can sort of slow down to fit in with doing the actions as well.
Yeah, that's good. So we've had a few comments. Hello from Kerry and Adam. And hello. My mum has said, what is sign for chocolate? Because she loves chocolate. So don't tell her because she'll use it too much. And Jeanette says,
chocolate.
Nice. And Jeanette says, gutted I can't watch the rest. Just getting on train, I'll get cut off. I'll definitely watch it later. So yeah, hope you enjoy it later, Jeanette. And thank you everyone else who is watching now. Please feel free to carry on commenting. So back to sort of sing and sign, and as you said, it's useful to learn it with a song as well. So if someone is starting off learning sign language, would you then recommend the sing and sign and learning it with songs?
I suppose it depends on the sort of sign language that they're learning, but I think it's beneficial for any of them. Yeah. The thing about sing and sign and Makaton and sign along is that they are largely based on British Sign Language. There's a large amount of crossover. So although you are signing in a different way, I would have thought that learning the signing through this system can, just sort of, it's the bottom step really, isn't it? I don't think everyone learns better through song. Children and adults. It's much easier to retain the information through song.
Yeah, definitely, and not just with sign language as well. I'm thinking of like horrible histories or something where they put in all the information into song. It's just easier to remember for a lot of people rather than just sort of reading.
And they've done really interesting studies into dementia, haven't they? And the fact that people that suffer with dementia can still remember their favourite songs and still sing along to their favourite songs, which I think just goes to show the power of song and memory.
Yeah, definitely. So Caroline said hi as well, and my mum has asked if it helps your mental health teaching it.
Oh my word, yes, it does. It really, really does. I would say that this job has had the most kind of like beneficial impact on me since I had children. I used to work in theatre, and it was something I'd done kind of like as a teenager, and then I went to drama school, and then I'd worked in theatre. And I found I suffered from a real loss of identity when I had children. It was quite hard for both of us to continue working in theatre, and so to kind of just naturally, I didn't really return. But I had a big loss of identity, and so now doing something that I enjoy and being able to share that with others, it's definitely been probably the best thing that I've done for my own mental health since I had children. Yeah,
that's great. Very good to hear it helps you as well as the people you are helping. Caroline also says she loves horrible histories, so clever. So again, music and learning definitely helps. Yes. So do you think I could be cheeky and ask if you could sing a song or two for us.
Of course.
Would that be okay? Maybe do
Yes.
a couple if you know a couple, or just one if you'd rather.
Let's start off with one, shall we?
Okay,
so I'm going
I'll
to
just
sing
remove.
the song that I find on your sing-a-thon. I Can Sing a Rainbow. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, listen with your eyes, and sing everything you see. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too.
That was great. Thank you so much for doing that. It's really lovely. You've had some lovely comments as well. Carrie says, brilliant.
I was trying to think.
And Caroline says, wonder what a rainbow warrior you are, Hazel. I have this as my book, was also created in Braille. I love the idea of signing and singing stories. And Kerry says, that was amazing. And my mum says, brilliant. So yeah, thank you for doing that. And then we had some other points as well. So just before you started singing, my mum said, that's really good. You can help others through it. Must be rewarding. And then Caroline said, such a great point, Hazel. Yes, that loss of personal identity is very challenging for women once they have children. So I suppose those different sides to how it helps you, but you know, both ways that you can enjoy doing the sing and sign, you know, helps you with your identity, doing something that you enjoy, and also others.
You know, I get both benefits, because I get the benefit of teaching and helping other people and having a job and that sort of return to having an identity of my own. But I'm also singing. And so, of course, you know, you get to enjoy the process of singing. I can remember my boss very early on in lockdown. I was on the phone to her and was asking how she was. And Sing and Sign created some online content, which is still running actually. Right. And so she had spent the morning doing her part of that online content. And she was like, do you know what? I spent the morning singing, so I'm actually not feeling too bad today. And I thought, you know, that is true. That is true. And again, you know, Owen asked me yesterday, how are you today, Mum? And I was like, well, I've been working, I've been teaching, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, I completely understand. Singing definitely makes you feel better. So we've established already that Sing and Sign does help with the mental health of staff and parents and children, but how do you think it helps sort of for each of those different people? Because obviously it will help the children in different ways, how it helps. the people running it, for example.
Yeah, well, I think we were talking, weren't we, that there's been research done recently about singing having an impact for women that are suffering with postnatal depression. 1 in 8 women can suffer from postnatal depression. And yeah, there was a study in 2018 that showed that the sort of group in the study who did group singing had a much faster improvement than the other 2 study groups, which I think is really interesting. And one of the other points that was made in the study is that, you know, if women are suffering from depression, sometimes they might be concerned about taking medication whilst they're still breastfeeding their child. So, you know, it's a non-medical intervention, but can actually have a really strong benefit to them. You know, and I think also, you know, both for children and for adults, singing actually releases endorphins, and also you've got the part of your inner ear that's stimulated by music, and also, you know, releases happy hormones.
Yeah, definitely. So it helps everyone involved, basically, some of which are in the same ways, like, you know, releasing the endorphins, and then some different ways, like, you know, for mothers and stuff, which are different. But yeah, that's great. And then Mum also had a question, which I was just going to come on to, which is basically, how easy or hard is it for people to get into what you're doing?
In terms of attending classes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, Sing and Sign is a franchise that runs across the whole of the UK. So, you know, there's lots of opportunities to join in. And like I say, they've got online content running at the moment as well. So it's even easier than it's ever been in order to join in with Sing and Sign. And, you know, you can benefit from it at home, or we are back up and running face-to-face groups as well. So you can benefit from seeing other people. It's lovely watching the babies kind of looking at each other from 2 meters distance. We've got, you know, we've got mitigations in place and social distancing.
So you sort of went online. Is that because of the pandemic as well?
Yeah. They created a really lovely. They sort of, a lot of the different teachers recorded a little bit of the lesson each. And it's really nice seeing all of the different faces delivering. And for me as a teacher, it's really useful to hear all of the different descriptions and explanations that the teachers give. It's very handy for me as well as for the parents.
Yeah, and good you could carry it on despite the pandemic as
really
well.
Important, really important. Yeah, and we've been doing you know, kind of catch-ups via Zoom as well. So there's been ways of kind of keeping in touch with other parents and the teacher as well.
That's great. Yeah, very important. And good you can come back sort of in person now as well. And, you know, have,
because of course, if this is something that was beneficial to, you know, parents' mental health before the pandemic, obviously it's even more important now. That their mental health is protected. I watched a talk that Suzanne Zeedyk gave, and she was talking about everyone's concerned about how children are going to be affected by the pandemic, and she said, you know, the children will be okay if their parents are okay. So it's really important that the parents, you know, look after their own mental health in order that the impact on the pandemic is lessened on their children.
Yeah, definitely. My mum says also teaching it. Sort of, how would you get into teaching it, like what you're doing, I suppose?
Well, I'm really lucky in that my boss gave me a job. But you can, you know, you can look and see if it's already running in your area, and you can look into starting up a franchise. I believe that in order to run a franchise, you need to have done the classes yourself. They specifically want the knowledge of having done it as a parent in order to, you know, kind of inform your teaching. Yeah,
fair enough. Makes sense. So to continue to link Sing and Sign to mental health, Hazel and I are now going to do a duet of my song Building a Bridge to You. So I'm going to sing and Hazel's going to sign. So sorry if there's any delay between us, but hopefully you'll still enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not singing because it wouldn't work with the delay.
It won't go well. If you cry out, I'll be near. If you whisper, I'll still hear. When you need me, I won't let go. When you want me, I'll let you know that I'm building a bridge to you. That I'm building a bridge to you. If you reach out, I'll take your hand. If you fall down, I'll help you stand. When you need time, I will wait. When you want help, I will say that I'm building a bridge to you. 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 Great, thank you so much, Hazel, for accompanying me doing that.
That's okay, I enjoyed it. I should just say that I was signing using Sign Along for that, which is the speech supporting system that we use with Liam.
Great, thank you. We had some lovely comments too. Caroline said, amazing, our theme song, and then said, stunning, goosebumps. Adam said, this is breathtaking, I just love this. Kerry said, amazing. And Building a Bridge is the Mental Health Warriors song. So yeah, thank you everyone. Glad you enjoyed it. And just before we were singing, my mum commented and said, Dad said, what difference do you think it has made to people who have taken part in Sing and Sign?
Well, I hope that at the very least it's given them some stuff that they can do at home with their children. I think sometimes the parents might come along expecting that the class is an entertainment for their children, and it is, but much more importantly, we're trying to teach the parents, kind of song signifiers. We have a nappy song, we have a bath time song. Again, I mentioned 5:30-ish earlier on. Anything that can kind of just calm life down. And I really do believe that that's as much for the children and, you know, the parents as well. And I get some really lovely feedback sometimes, you know, people saying that their baby used to cry whenever they laid them down for a nappy change until they started singing the song. And then they sort of thought about it and realised that actually the baby always used to object to being put down for a nap. And once they started introducing, you know, the nappy change song, that they realised they were having their nappy change rather than being forced to go to sleep. And so they were calm. You know, also like using the sign for milk. However you give a feed, whether it's breast or bottle, it can't necessarily happen the moment that the child indicates that they want it. But if you can kind of sign, do you want milk? And they understand that you have understood them, then that can kind of calm things down, you know, rather than them just kind of like crying and crying and crying until the point that you're actually able to give them the feed.
Yeah, it's great. Definitely lots of benefits from it and what people get out of it, and sort of that learning experience of what they can take away and do together outside of the class as well. That's great.
But, you know, even if it's just a car journey, a full car journey where you're stuck in traffic and you're like, well, let's you know, sing through the stuff we did in class. You know, there was the point at which with my oldest son where I would sing the songs and he'd be in the back doing the signs, you know, and it's just such a lovely kind of collaborative thing. And of course that helps with attachment and bonding, and that is beneficial to the mental health of the parents and the children.
Yeah, definitely. Great, something to do together as well. And as we said, singing releases endorphins too, so multiple benefits from it basically. My mum says, that's fantastic, both of you. The signing really enhances meaning of the song. It does, so thank you for doing that with me. Have you sharing this on my Musical Chapter? And Klein's just said, yes, it really works. I used to sing in the car to my kids when they were saying to break the boredom. So yeah, makes sense. It's good that you can do it together, and definitely more interesting than just sitting in a car as a child, at least anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the songs that we do are deliberately adaptable to the situation that you're in.
Yeah.
So, you know, we might sing in the class about, you know, a cow or a chicken, but, you know, you can sing about the animals that you're seeing outside the window, or, you know, the vehicles that you're seeing. And, you know, those are the things that kind of inspire children. You know, if they see something and they want to tell you that they've seen it, of course, a child on a buggy, they're at, you know, perfect level to see a dog, you know, and they want to say, I've seen a dog, and, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Adam's also just said, a quick reminder, well, this is for the end, but we are coming to the end, so I'll say it now. A quick reminder to tune in at 8 p.m. tonight for the premiere of Warriors of Attraction with Adam and Kerry, joined for the first time by their co-host Anthea, as they bring a connection of law of attraction and mental health together. So please tune in for that if that sounds interesting. For us, if you've enjoyed Music as Medicine, please join me for the next one, which is on 18th of November at 1 p.m. I'll be singing some more of my songs in a sort of musical special, with mainly just music. So yeah, if you want to hear more of that, please tune in then. But for now, thank you very much for coming on, Hazel. It was great to have you.
Welcome.
I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you to everyone for watching too, and hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. I think that's everything. So thank you for joining us. Oh, and then Caroline said amazing show, and Kerry said well done. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us and taking part with the comments. It's really nice. Thank you. And have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.